Growing up in this village has been both sweet and bitter. I've watched my siblings struggle to build a life outside this village and succeed at it. Yet, I find myself rooted here, driven by the kindness of my heart. I could never leave my dad to fend for himself in his old age, especially now that my mum is gone. My siblings saw this heart of mine and loved me even more. They always ensured we were comfortable, and yet my sister still wanted me to leave the village no matter what. Even my best friend Adaku was on my neck for us to relocate to the big city and pursue our dreams. Dreams that even our imaginations couldn't afford. Oh well, let's just say something in my modest house, and my father's heart keeps me here. Every morning I fetched water from the well in our compound. The routine was the same and always comforting. But one day, as I approached the well, I saw a woman standing there, staring at me. She was covered in traditional regalia, her face hidden, only her piercing eyes visible. "Good morning," I greeted her, but she said nothing. I looked at her closely, trying to figure out if I knew her, but since she was covered, it was hard. Feeling uneasy, I quickly fetched my water and left, deciding she was just strange. For 3 days, she was there every morning, watching me silently as I fetched water. Her eyes felt like they were trying to tell me something, but she never spoke. On the 4th day, I finally gathered enough courage to ask, "Do you need something to eat?" Her response was a single, chilling word: "Run." Fear gripped me immediately. I stopped going to the well, asking children to fetch water for me instead. But no matter where I went, I would catch glimpses of her by the well. Her expression seemed almost desperate, and every time she saw me, she repeated that one word: "Run." The day of the village festival arrived. It was a night of celebration, but I wasn't in the mood to join. However, Adaku convinced me to come, even dressing me in one of her beautiful regalia. When I looked in the mirror, I froze because I looked just like the woman by the well. Still, I shook off the uneasy feeling and followed Adaku to the festival. The village square was alive with music and laughter. It was the best festival I'd been to in years. Adaku and I danced until we could barely stand. Late into the night, we sang as we walked home under the bright moonlight, feeling safe and happy. That feeling didn't last. 2 men stepped into our path. We recognized them. They'd tried to court us before, but we had turned them down. Angry and bitter, they confronted us. Words were exchanged, voices raised, and suddenly one of them slapped me. Adaku retaliated and chaos erupted. In the commotion, one of them pushed Adaku. She fell, hitting her head on a rock. Blood pooled around her motionless body. For a moment, we all froze, staring at what had just happened. Then panic took over and I ran. I ran as fast as I could, screaming for help as I reached my compound. But no one was home. Everyone was still at the festival. The men caught up with me, grabbed me and dragged me to the well. No matter how much I screamed or begged, they didn't stop. They threw me in. As I hit the water in that split second, I realized one thing. The woman I always saw near the well was a ghost. She had been warning me, telling me to run and leave the village to avoid this fate. And that ghost was me. The cold water pulled me under and everything went dark. I woke up with a gasp, sitting upright in my bed. My heart raced as I looked around. It was just a dream, a very horrible, vivid nightmare. Or so I thought. I got up, trying to shake off the fear, and went about my morning routine. Bucket in hand, I walked to the well, and as I was fetching my water, she suddenly appeared in front of me and said, "Run!"
Whispers of K.